I say welcome back, guys, to my program. And now today I want to talk about mindset. I want to talk about something that you need in your life. And then you realize how it is in life. For example, when you are trying to learn and then you're in this spotlight kind of thing where you get in front of people, you start speaking in front of them, and you start doing some words around them. And when you're speaking in front of people, for example, what happens is something interesting happens. You start learning from this situation. Because I've done busking performances in front of people, and you have to realize that not many people care to speak words to you on the street. You understand? Because they think that you're busy doing something else. But you have to understand that it's about leadership. It's about understanding the mind that you have and how to utilize your mind to your advantage. So you have to realize every single day you speak more words, every single day you do much more content, for example. What's going to happen is you start attracting good into your life. So when you start attracting everything that you can about your life toward a better direction, it's the words that are going to be something that gives you meaning. So you have to realize that when you're giving meaning to life, you're actually speaking words about it. So the more you express your words to people, okay, you have to realize you have to make some kind of impact. And understand that as long as you are writing much more words into life, what happens is you start growing in your nature. You start growing the person you are. And when you start growing the person you are, you start becoming this individual that you never thought that you could be. But that's the interesting thing about it, that in life you get to live. You get to live, you understand? You don't have to live, but you get to live. And then you have to realize that everyone has to choose to live life. You have to choose to live life if you want to understand life. But the best way to understand anything about life is to speak about it. And the more you preach life to people, the more they will understand exactly what you mean. So that's why I understand when I do my audio programs, for example, you have to understand everything I've done in my life, I've learned something from it. I've become a better person because I understood some things about life that changed my direction. And now every single day I'm understanding that I always constantly need to create lots of content. I have to create lots of words in this life, because you have to realize that I don't know when I'm going to leave this world. You understand? So I have to make a difference right now. I have to make some kind of difference in my life, not just for you, but for me also. So the best way that I can make a difference in this world and the best way that I can contribute to the planet is to speak more words into it. So the more words I speak into life, the more I get out of it. So I personally always work for what I have. I promise you everything I've attracted in my life is because of the words I spoke and because of how I am. So you have to realize I'm always constantly creating my life. So if I choose to be at home every single day, I choose to grow in every single kind of situation I put myself in. So I'm understanding that if you're too much at home, then you have to start growing. You have to realize every single day you have to grow into the individual that you need to be. And it's about having a great attitude. So have a great attitude toward life, because when you accumulate a great attitude, people can actually see exactly what you mean, and then you can make this positive difference in life. You have to understand that if your life isn't impacting people in a positive way, then it's because of something that you are doing in your life that's preventing you from moving forward. So you're either around the wrong people, or I promise you, you're either around people who are not growing you, or you have misinformation in your life. So you have to realize that lots of people today are not updated about the world around them. And you have to realize that the only thing that you have to be updated about is knowledge. So knowledge comes in all forms. And the more experience of knowledge you have in your life, the better your age and the better your life. So you have to realize that right now, I'm in the prime of my life. Do you know why? Because I'm doing much better than before in some areas of my life. But I understand that I also need to develop myself into the person that I need to be. So every single day, I'm always constantly trying to do more work for myself. And I create my own work. This is my work. This is what I do. I teach people mindset. I teach people how to actually achieve their goals. I teach people how to think better. I teach people how to live better. I teach people how to understand something that they've never understood before. And I try to unlock all these ideas. So when I get an idea, I try to write it down. And you understand this because I wrote 40,000 quotes. I wrote 41,000 quotes. Okay? And each time I got an idea, I wrote it down into a quote. So recently you have to understand I increased my prices for my books because I understand its value. And now you have to realize that if you can't afford $5.50 for my book, then what does that say about you? Yes, and you have to realize that if you want a greater mindset, you have to have knowledge in your life. You have to always constantly be reading. I understand the journey. I understand that when you're alone and you have to learn and grow, that nobody is forcing you to learn and grow. I promise you, in life, you're not going to meet many people who are going to say to you, hey, learn and grow, or force yourself. I promise you, people are not going to force you to learn and grow. I promise you, people are not going to force you to work if you don't want to work. I promise you, people are not going to force you to live life if you don't want to live life. So you have to realize that you are the Almighty and you are also everything in this life. So you have to understand every single day that I think of myself as the Almighty. You understand? As something bigger than I am. So I can only achieve this by speaking more words. But the thing is that how I think about myself doesn't mean that you think about me in this way. You have to realize that how I think about myself is personally how I think about myself. So I like to think that I'm greater every single day about who I am. So I'm not greater than life, but I'm greater than myself. You understand? And that's life. You understand? So I am understanding that if I was greater than life, then I would kill myself. Do you understand? I am someone who's a part of life. I understand how the journey is. I understand how lonely it can be in life if you're not talking to yourself on a daily basis. So when you start talking to yourself on a daily basis, what happens is you start creating this motivation. You start creating something around yourself. You start creating a reputation. You start creating skills and techniques to live life in the moment. And when you start living in the moment, you start helping yourself to understand exactly why do you do what you do. So, for example, if you smoke cigarettes, ask yourself, why do you smoke cigarettes? And then when you get some information about it, then ask yourself, why is that? Why do I have to smoke cigarettes? Why do I have to put myself in that situation? Why do I have to do that? You understand? Or why are people like this to me? Or why do I have to do something for people? Ask yourself everything about life in terms of questions, and ask yourself more and more about what can you do to serve people, and what can you do to serve yourself, everything that you need in life. And then if you ask the question, why are some people more successful than other people? And then start figuring it out yourself, you understand? Because if you're not trying to figure out life, then you're not trying to really live. You have to understand every single day you have to always learn and grow, regardless of the situation. And when you start learning and growing, you realize that sooner or later, you have to work for everything. So whatever you've attracted until now is because of some decision you've made in your life. And now, let's say you attracted it in your life. then you deserve it. You deserve it because that's what you've done and that's what you have in life. And nobody can take that away from you once you've achieved it. You understand? So you have to realize that when you go on my Instagram, for example, you understand some things about what I do. You understand? You understand why I do what I do. And you understand also how I make an impact in the world around me. So every single day I follow 116 people on Instagram. I follow them. I understand when I follow these people, I'm trying to get exposure. I'm trying to expand my business. I'm trying to get more people to give me attention. So why do I need attention from people? Because when I get attention from people and people see that I'm making a difference in life, then I accumulate true fans in life. I accumulate true supporters of my work. And when I accumulate popularity and people who want to follow me in life, then I understand they're going to give me money for my work and they're going to be able to help my legacy to grow. And so you have to realize that I'm a brand. And now, of course, because I do these audio programs and because I do writing materials and I write quotes and all this kind of stuff, you have to realize that it all comes back around. And now, am I getting paid for my work? Well, the thing is, I'm getting paid in wisdom, okay? So the more work I do in terms of life, the more wisdom I accumulate in my life from everything I've done. And now I've done so much work in life already. In terms of 30 years of work I've put into all these audio programs so that you can understand more about how life works, okay? And I've made all these programs in life so that I can teach you the better way of life, so that I can update you about knowledge, so that I can update you about how to live your own life. So my skill as a life coach, okay, is to pick up skills from people and spread the word, okay? And when I spread the word of life about everything that you can learn, and when I spread everything that I've learned in my life and I give it to you, it makes me a better person. It makes me generous. It makes me help myself in some kind of way to apply this information. So you can only ever learn by applying information. So when you learn a lot about life, you start becoming a wise person to be around. And people want to be around people who understand how to live this life. So every single day you have to prove to yourself how to live better. And when you start every single day believing in yourself that you can make a difference, that you can every single day speak out things of life, about your nature, about who you are, about how you do life, so that you can understand that, hey, maybe things are not perfect, but at least things are better than yesterday in terms of some areas of life. So you have to realize I'm not perfect. I am perfect also. I'm not perfect and I am also perfect at the same time. If you look at my Instagram, you'll find, hey, I don't have a six-pack, okay? I also am somebody who's a bit overweight at the moment. And you have to realize that I don't look the best that I can look, okay? But in my wisdom, okay, inside of my wisdom, I'm the best I can be. Do you know why? Because every single day I speak words into the planet as much as possible. And I try to document things down, especially. And when I document everything down, I start writing, because that's what my job is. My job in life is to write things down. And when I write everything down in audio programs, in video programs, in writing materials, in image form, I start doing my work the best way. So no matter how I look on the surface, imagine what I can do beneath the surface. So you have to realize that every single day, lots goes into life. A lot goes into life every single day. So you have to understand that you have to put everything into perspective for yourself to understand life. And the more you understand exactly your situation and when it's time to make events around people and when it's time to promote your work or whatever it is, you're going to get this sudden ha-ha moment in your life. And this means that you just became wiser than before. So the more you can create these ha-ha moments in your life, the more wiser you're going to become as an individual. So you have to understand that in the yoga tradition, there's a thing called the Kundalini. And what the Kundalini means to me personally is just when you can learn and grow, and when you get the ha-ha moment, that's my Kundalini rising, okay? That's me becoming wiser. So when my Kundalini rises to the top, I start learning and growing from the experience that I am in. And that's all it means to me, okay? And now, of course, there are always spirits everywhere. And there's always everything happening with numbers and everything happening with everything in terms of according to the laws of the universe. So you have to understand that the power of everything that you can do, okay, is the most that you can do is to speak words every single day to yourself and other people. And now, what I do in my life, I seek to speak more words online, especially. So the more I'm always doing much more words, and I'm always working around words. And what can I do with words today to manifest something that I've never manifested before? So that I can create a difference, so that I can create something that I've never created before in a different sequence. So when I speak differently every single day, I'm always doing things differently in terms of words. And this keeps me growing as a human being. But I also try to give you the tone that you need in your life. So if you listen to my tone of voice, you understand how confident I am in the words I speak. And you also understand how I do things in my life, because everything that I have is online, okay? And I showcase myself online as this individual who understands something about life, even though I don't understand anything, okay? So the thing is that I understand, but I don't understand. So the thing is that I don't truly know what I'm talking about, although I understand something, okay? And you can never quite capture it, although you can, okay? So the thing is that it's the law of contradiction, okay? The law of contradiction states that what is also isn't. Do you understand? And it's neither, and it also is. You understand? So you have to realize that when you look at a circle, for example, the circle is something that is, and it's also something that isn't at the same time. So you have to realize every single day, you have to understand that when you understand the law of contradiction, you're going to speak in ways that you can grow, that you can actually help yourself in some kind of way to make sure that you manifest this power of knowledge in your life so that you can create a difference for your life, especially. And then once you make a difference in your life, you have to spread the happiness, you have to spread joy into the world, okay? And try to be someone of joy. Try to study what joy is and try to study everything about life as much as possible, because this is what motivates people, okay? So people who don't want to learn and grow are deadbeats, okay? People who don't want to learn and grow are people who won't manifest much in their life. So the more you want to learn and grow as a person, the more you are like that baby always touching everything, because you want to understand what everything is. So always understand, always be curious about everything. Be so fascinated, like Jim Rohn says. When you're on the traffic stop, for example, when you're in traffic, okay, and if you are ever in traffic where you're driving a car and there's so much traffic going on the road. Try to be fascinated about what it is about this situation that you can learn something from this. Because you have to realize that the only thing you can learn is the words in life. When you learn words, when you put words into perspective in everything, in every kind of format that you can, you start opening doors for yourself. You start recognizing your true authentic ability. And if you want to be authentic, then you have to help people. You understand? Because Jesus Christ helped people. You understand? And because Jesus Christ is helping people every day with his Bible, you also have to create your own Bible. You understand? And you have to create your own laws, and you have to understand also follow information as much as possible. Follow Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ didn't hurt you. You understand? Jesus Christ only added something to your life. So that's why when I surround myself with people who are authors, for example, or people who are millionaires, who are teaching me something about life, no matter what, I understand always how it goes because of the words. And when people tell me the words of everything, I start to accumulate more knowledge, but I also accumulate a better mindset in the process. So you always have to constantly be reading every single day. So the thing is that right now, in terms of people, I understand that people understand me. They understand me and what I'm doing. But people also don't understand me at the same time. I promise you, they don't know how it feels to be Danny Milivojevic. Do you understand? I promise you, in life, you can only ever experience what I am. You understand? And the best way to experience Danny Milivojevic is to talk about it. You understand? To talk about everything. Because when you start expressing yourself in terms of who you are every single day, and you enjoy talking, and you enjoy every single moment of your life, no matter what you are doing. I mean, you can have the world for yourself. You can have everything that you ever want in your life. But you have to understand that there was a time in my life when I didn't have a YouTube channel. And there was a time in my life where I wasn't teaching people consciously. You understand? Like, I wasn't trying to teach people. And I was teaching people, but I was unaware that I was teaching people. You understand? But now I'm aware that I teach people. And I've woken up. You understand? My Kundalini has risen. You understand? So every single day, my yoga is something that learns and grows. I grow and learn, and that's my yoga in life. I don't have to go to yoga to learn and grow. I can learn and grow in different ways. So you have to realize that I try to go the free way as much as possible. I try to go the most affordable way, and I try to give money to people who deserve it. So when I make something, I try to give my content to people who deserve my content. You understand? Because there are people out there who don't care about you, but they also do care about you. You understand? But although there are other people who in life who care about you even more than other people do. You understand? So those people who are closest to you, like your mum and dad, your brother and sister, your cousins, your family, okay, people who are close to you, people that live with you, those people care about you more than other people, okay? Because they're doing things for you even more than other people. So those people who are doing more things for you every single day, those are the people to be around. You understand? So you have to realize every single day, care about the world. Because you only have one world in this life. And the world is your oyster, if you ever heard that saying. So you have to create something out of everything. And you have to manifest your life in the best format that you can. So every single day, life is a challenge. I understand life is a challenge. But when you're learning and growing, guess what? You overcome challenges easily. And each moment of life is a stepping stone. You understand? And each moment of life, you have to learn and grow in order to become something more than you are. And I understand how it is when you're learning and growing alone. It's like nobody cares, but you have to care. You have to understand, you have to care to learn and grow. You have to realize, if you go through life and you don't create lots of words in this life, then you won't have a lot of meaning to your life. So I want you to picture this. Imagine that you're 90 years of age and you're on your deathbed and you didn't create a YouTube channel. You're not much on social media. You're not teaching people anything. I mean, how would you feel in this moment? Like, how big is your legacy in this world? Are you someone who just wants to fade away? Or are you somebody who wants to be talked about in life forever, like Mahatma Gandhi and like Jesus Christ, where lots of people are talking about Jesus Christ today? So do you want to be remembered for the person you are? That you touched lives, that you made a difference in this world? Or do you not care about that? So you have to figure out, what do you want in your life? And then what you want, you have to create. Okay? So you have to pick every single day. You have to choose every single day who you want to be. In every single moment of life, apparently in every single moment of life, you are always choosing exactly who you want to be. So no matter what in life, always do the best thing that you can do for your life. So for me, the best thing is to create this audio program, because I understand it makes a difference. And if I ever had kids, I would teach them this content, because I would try to teach them to learn and grow. You understand? And I wouldn't force my kids to learn and grow. I would only just be teaching them why. You understand? I teach everyone why I do what I do, because I want them to understand me. I want them to understand who I am and how I make a difference in the world. So how I make a difference in the world is how I speak words. And in the way I speak words, inside of that, you'll find how I make a difference. So when I listen to people speak words and how they speak it, and in that type of perspective that they speak it in, I understand exactly how they're making a difference in the world. You understand? Because they're making common sense as they go along in life. So before the interview, you don't know exactly what you're going to say. So when you get interviewed by someone to work for them, okay, you don't know exactly what you're going to say to these people. So guess what? That the best thing you can say is the best thing for you. So if you always stick to the best thing you can say about you, that's exactly what you say. So you have to realize, if you come across as the best person in your life, okay, then you are always number one in your life, okay? But you have to put God always as number one, okay? And always work for God instead of working for people. Because when you work for God, you work for something greater than you. And when you work for something greater than you in life, you start manifesting these miracles in your life. You start becoming this treasure, you understand? And when you start becoming this amazing person who has lots of treasures to give, people start loving you. People start cherishing you for the person you are, for having created in terms of what you have created. Because you've created so much content in your life already. You just need to be able to teach that content to other people. So the step forward is understanding this, that you understand that first you have to read. You have to do a lot of reading in life. You have to read books. You have to read a lot of audio programs. You have to read a lot of video programs. And once you accumulate knowledge in your life, you start teaching it as soon as possible. But you have to start from where you are right now. And you have to start building a portfolio online somewhere. So if you search up Danny Milivojevic on Google, you'll find some of my images there. You'll find all my books there. You'll find my YouTube channel. You'll find my Instagram. You'll find my Spotify. You'll find my iTunes. So I've already made some kind of reputation around Danny Milivojevic. I created it. So everything that I've created in my life has made a difference in some kind of way because it's all for free. You understand? I'm giving all my content for free. So I'm bound to have good things happen in my life because of everything I've done. So now when I spread the word, I spread something that's truth in my life, from my perspective, from something that I am. And when I create lots of content every single day, I become this amazing individual in my life. You understand? And now when I become even more amazing in my life, then I'll be doing more content, I'll be living more, I'll be doing much greater in my life. I move on from old habits, I move on from the past, I talk about everything, I talk about whatever I want to talk about. I can talk about the past, I can talk about the future, I can talk about the present moment. But as long as I'm talking words, I'm present in the moment. Because that's what keeps me present. So each and every single time I talk words, I'm present in the moment. And that's how I truly breathe in life. So I only ever truly breathe when I'm speaking words. You understand? Because words is life. And words is everything to me. And you have to realize that I can give you so many words. And you have to realize that when I give you so many words, I can make perspective out of it. I can make wisdom from it. I can make advice from it. I can make information from it. I can create a business from it. I can create whatever I want from it. I can gain money from it. You understand? I can give you more words in life than I can money. You understand? But that's why I'm generous with everything I have. Because words is money. Words is the money that you need. And the more words you create in your life, whether you read it or whether you teach it, you create more power. You create more control over yourself. You become more disciplined. You become more confident. You become more courageous. You become more joyful. You become more happy. You understand? And everything is in the power of the word of your mouth in terms of what you can speak out of your mouth. And when you learn exactly how you speak your words, okay, then you can understand that as you go along in life, you create this massive power in your life. You become a powerful person to be around. And when you hold a lot of power that you teach to other people, I promise you, people start manifesting your life, okay? And when they manifest your life, they manifest your mindset, they manifest your positivity, they manifest the good that you've done. They start being more kinder as a human being because that's the power of words. So you have to realize that when you speak a lot of words in the planet, anything can happen, you understand? But you have to always talk positive. You have to make sure that when you teach something that you've never taught before, that you increase your skills in the process, that you increase the person you are in terms of increase your happiness, increase your joy, increase people's lives, you understand, to live longer. Try to do as much as you can in terms of words, as much as you possibly can. because this is what makes a difference in life. And when you make a lot of difference in life, you start to become this amazing individual in life. And that's the whole point of being alive, is to make this amazing thing happen in your life. I understand you want to create this massive reputation in your life. I understand you want to make a lot of money. I understand you want to make a lot of wisdom come true in your life. I understand you want kids. I understand you want to never be alone. I understand you want to talk to someone. I understand how it is to be alone in life. I understand you want to be alone also. I understand that you want a good job, that you want good pay, that you want to travel the world. I understand all this. I understand you want to follow Jesus Christ. I understand you want all the wisdom of the world. But you have to understand, that's life, isn't it? That's how life goes. But you have to create that for yourself. You understand? You have to create all this vision that you have. You have to create it and you have to make it a reality. And the best way to do this is stick to the words, stick to the wisdom. You understand? Because when you accumulate the wisdom of all that, then you understand exactly what you need. Then you understand you just need this present moment that you are in right now. And what you want to achieve is this moment. You don't want to achieve anything else because nothing else exists. So all you ever want to achieve is this moment right now. And you want to create something right now for yourself to make a difference in the world. You understand? So that's exactly why time is on your side when you're creating a lot of things. You understand? Because when you're creating this whole picture about who you are in life, what happens is you become this amazing person to be around and you become a wise person. So you have to realize that all you're really trying to achieve is this moment, because nothing else exists. Hey, I want to DJ at festivals. I want to also have $1 million in my bank account. I want to have kids, you understand? But I just understand that all I need right now is this moment. I need nothing else but this moment. I just need to create words now. I need to create wisdom out of this moment. And that's all I need, really. I need nothing else. I don't need what's in the future. I don't need what's in the past. I just need this moment. I need to create something now so that I can become a better person. You understand? And that's what you need to understand. You have to understand that. You have to understand that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about creating something in this moment that you can be grateful for, that you can accomplish something, that you can feel accomplished because you made something. You understand? And when you make something come true for yourself in this moment, anything can happen. You can use this content, you can price it online, you can give it for free, you can start helping in some kind of way. You have to understand, you're just creating this amazing attitude, you understand? And you're every single day trying to manifest this better life for yourself. But you have to start now. You understand? So when you start now, what that means is you have to live present in the moment. And when you live present in the moment, that's the only time that you can create something. You can only ever create anything in life when you're present in the moment. So I'm really present right now. I'm not living in the future, because if I was living in the future, I would not be creating this content for you. You understand? Because I would be stuck in the future. If I was living in the past, then I would not be living right now. You understand? And I would be not creating this content for you either. So I don't live in the future. I don't live in the past. I talk about the past, okay? I talk about the future. I talk about the present moment. And that's what keeps me present, is the talking of words. And when I talk a lot of words in the moments, okay, when I talk a lot of words, for example, I become present because the words are coming in this moment. And the words that I speak of right now is in the present moment. And that's what I'm living in the body like this. I'm living in my moments. I'm living in who I am. So I'm living my individuality. I'm living in a unique kind of way. And I understand that nobody else in this world has created this audio program except for me. You understand? And that's why I'm different to other people. You understand? Because nobody can create content like I can. You understand? Because that's my responsibility. That's my duty to give you content from Danny Milivojevic. You understand? So nobody forced me to make this content for you. You didn't force me to make this content for you. I just, out of goodwill, I have goodwill. I'm positive. I have a good attitude. You can tell by my tones in my voice that I have confidence, that I'm courageous in some kind of way, and that I'm living in the present moment, but that I'm also creating content that helps people in some kind of way, to help your mindset to grow, to help you accumulate this nice and beautiful mindset that you can have in life. That's my job as a life coach. So I am also a music producer, if you didn't know. And now you have to understand, never know anything about life, but you have to realize that the thing is that you have to understand that when I'm not doing music production, I'm doing life coaching. When I'm doing life coaching, I'm not doing music production. And then that's how my life is. So you have to realize everything that I do is always constantly I'm creating things. And when I create a lot of things in my life, I start making lots of meaning about life. I start pushing myself to make content. I start helping myself in some kind of way to live that great life that I need to live. But I can only do that now. I cannot live in the future. I cannot live in the past, but I can do anything. Do you understand? So I never say that I cannot do something. I can always do it, but I choose to be present. I choose to live this moment. You understand? And I choose to go through what I'm going through right now, but I choose to express it in words. You understand? I choose to express everything that I have in words so that I can make some kind of difference in this world. And that's that. So that I can help myself, so that I can help myself look upon everything in some kind of fashion and be able to say, hey, that's my work and look what it's doing in this world. Do you understand that? So I can be in a greater place than this world, for example. And I can say to God, hey, God, look at my work that I'm doing in this world. And look at all the people I've impacted in this world. In a sense, I can look back on it. You know, so I can be with God, for example, and I can say, God, look at all my content that I've done and look at how much people are impacted by it. You know, and that's that. That's my work in the world. You understand? So I'm thinking from a greater place. You understand? So that's what I'm thinking about. That my world is beautiful. That I have God in my life. That I talk about God. But the thing is, you have to realize, I talk about everything. You understand? So I always include everything in my life. You understand? So God is everything to me in my life. And if you can't say that for yourself, then maybe you have to realize, maybe you have to understand what that is. You understand? So you have to realize everything that I'm doing in my life is always for the positive thing in my life. You understand? I'm always understanding that I can have a better version of myself. I can always do much better in my habits, for example. I understand that before in my life I was a cigarette smoker, I was a caffeine drinker, I was also eating lots of meat and stuff. You have to realize that in life things go that way as well. You have to learn from it, you understand? But you have to realize that everything I'm doing right now is different. I'm doing things differently, you understand? And I always have to understand that if you always do something for the benefit of humankind, then you're always going to have benefits, okay? You're going to have social benefits. You're going to have environmental benefits. You're going to have physical benefits. You're going to have spiritual benefits. You're going to have lots of benefits to everything when you're speaking words. So you have to understand that everything that I am is because I understand how to speak words. You understand? And because I understand how to speak words, I can make great differences in my life that I've never done before. I've never done this audio program before. This is the first time I've done this audio program, and I've done it in a different way to all my content that I've ever made. You know, so you have to understand that if I ever get lazy, okay, to make a book, I start doing an audio program instead. So you have to realize sometimes in my life I say, oh, I have to write a book. You understand? Oh, I have to sit down for so many hours writing this book, and not many people are going to read it. You understand? But guess what? I make an audio program instead. And I rather make an audio program so you can hear my tone of voice than make an ebook, for example. You understand? Because in my ebook, it's different. You don't hear my tone of voice in my ebook. You understand? But you have to realize that I've made 43 books so far in my life. And I've made 43 books in 6 years of my life. You understand? So it took me 6 years to make 41,000 quotes. Do you understand that? It took me 6 years to make 41,000 quotes. So you can see that from 25 years of age to 31 years of age, you can see how much I've grown in this time. I made 41,000 quotes in this time. And not just that, I made over 2,000 hours of audio programs and video programs combined in this time. I also made over 10 hours of music in this time as well. You know, so you have to realize I'm being productive in some kind of way. But not just that, from 25 years of age to 31, I've created over 50,000 photos of myself. You understand? And I showcase all my photos as much as I can on Instagram, because that's my website. You understand? My YouTube is my website. But also you have to realize that once I get much better in everything that I do, and once I have more wisdom and everything like that, then I'll look at maybe creating a website, a personal website, where I can also showcase my profile and what I do. So I need more wisdom for that. You understand? I need a lot more wisdom for everything. You understand? Before I actually do it. So the more I accumulate wisdom in my life, I just have to stick to always accumulating this wisdom. I have to stick to the wisdom of life. So if I can make wisdom from it, then I can do anything with everything. And I understand that when I understand how it is, when I understand how it is in my life, and I understand how I do things much more, then I can always look at benefiting myself in this kind of way, or in any kind of way that I can benefit myself. So I always have to do the best thing for myself, and what's the best thing and most affordable thing for my life. You understand? Because things change, and you have to realize you always have to be constantly traveling in your life. You understand? So you have to be moving from place to place as quickly as possible. You understand? Because that's what I've learned in my life. I've learned to always travel as much as I can. You understand? Because when you're traveling through life, you have to realize the more you travel, the more you experience things. You understand? You start experiencing a new way of life. You start experiencing culture. You start experiencing tradition. You start experiencing everything that you can. You understand? And that's the whole point of being alive. But if you're not putting it into words, then you're missing out. You have to realize, start putting your life into words as much as possible. And imagine what words can do for people. Imagine what this program that I've done for you right now, imagine what this audio program has done for you. So you are listening to my audio program right now. Imagine what it's done for you already because of words, because I chose to speak words, for example. And so you have to realize that's why you can do it too. You can also go out there and you can speak words into the planet, and you can be this almighty, powerful individual. You know what I'm saying? And words is like that. And you can speak these words so much that people can hear your voice and be inspired by you. Saying you can make this massive difference in life. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do. I'm trying to help you to understand the background information about all that. But you need to do all that. Understand? I promise you, if you don't do it, then you're not going to have this amazing life that I have. You understand? So you have to realize, if you want to experience what I've experienced in my life, then you're going to be a teacher. You're going to start teaching words to people. Just teach words to people. Words come in all formats and sequences. You understand? Imagine how many sequences I've done in this audio program for you. Different sentencing, different ways of thinking, different ideas, different ways of mindset kind of thing. You have to realize that words is like that. You understand? And when you speak a lot of words, you make lots of meaning in your life. And that's what helps you to live life. That's what helps you to never commit suicide. That's what helps you to overcome schizophrenia. That's what helps you to never have cancer in your life. That's what helps you to never attract disease in your life. Because you're speaking words. And when you're speaking words, you can never attract these things. Yes, and so you have to realize that every single day you have to believe in a better world. Yes, and you have to believe in a world that you believe in. And you have to understand that you create your own belief system. And you create everything in your life that you've created until now has been because of a choice you made. So all I'm saying is make better choices for your life. Make better decisions. Make decisive decisions. Make decisions that work out. You understand? Make decisions to work and grow. You understand? And when you grow as an individual, you can always help other people to grow as well. And you can also make this organization around you. And you can be anything you ever want to be. You understand? But I am like a slave to people. But I'm doing the job that I want to do. You understand? So I'm a slave because I help you like this. You understand? I'm working for you. I'm your employee in life. I'm working to help you with information for free. And you found this on YouTube somewhere. And guess what? It's helping in some kind of way. I made some ideas in this world. And you have to realize that I made some ideas in this audio program as well. I spoke in a different way. And I understand none of my other programs are speaking like this. So everything that I've done in my life is always different. I'm always creating different content. I'm always creating something I never created before. Because I want to be different. I want to be something more. Do you understand? I want to be more than enough in my life. I want more than enough. You understand? So when I have more than enough every single day, I create words, I create wisdom, I create everything I can, because that's how I spread everything of the word in life. And when I spread the word in life, I spread the best material that I can give to you personally to show you how much of a great attitude I have about life. And the attitude that you need to have is in the mindset. So when you create the mindset of what you need to do around life and how you speak words is the attitude. You understand? So how you speak words to other people is your attitude. You understand? So you have to understand, speak better words to people always. Never be annoyed by people and never be annoyed for anything. You understand? Try to understand, never be annoying to people either. Try to give people space. Give them as much space as possible. So that means let them find you instead of you having to find them. You understand? That's how Jesus Christ works as well. You understand? And you have to understand that no matter what you do in life, you always have to believe in a better world. You understand? You have to believe something better than this world. You understand? You have to understand, you have to believe that there is a greater world than this. You understand? That there's something much better that you can do, that there's something that you can teach that can tremendously help this world. You understand? Because this audio program is like an application. It's like a coach. You understand? And it's something that's teaching you. It's something that grows you. This audio program is not just for you. It's for your kids. It's for your family. It's for your friends. It's for friends of friends. It's for outsiders. It's for strangers. It's for everybody. You understand? It's for a better world. You understand? And that's why I'm understanding that as long as I'm living in this world, that this world is growing. You understand? And I believe in growth. You understand? I believe that I can grow into the individual that I want to be. Do you know why? Because I'm always learning and growing. No matter what I'm going through, I could be going through a fucking hard, I promise you, I could be going through a fucking hard time. You understand? Pardon my language, but you have to realize I could be going through such a hard time. You understand? But guess what? I'm always learning and growing. I'm always trying to learn and grow from this situation. And as long as I'm learning and growing, then everything is happy in my life. I'm always happy in my life because I'm always seeking to speak words. I'm always seeking to listen to silence. I'm always seeking to be my feelings. I'm always seeking to read something. I'm always seeking to learn wisdom. You understand? I'm always seeking to experience the best life that I can and put it into words. Yes, and that's all I have to do every single day. And every single day I make progress. I make lots of progress every single day. And it's amazing how much I have to self-reflect about my life. And because I self-reflect as much as possible with words and everything that I am, I understand that everything that I speak of in words is how I self-reflect about my life. So no matter what happens in life, you always have to cherish your life. You have to cherish the person you are because somebody out there wants to be you. You understand? Somebody out there is in a worse position than you are. You understand? And they would love to have what you have. I promise you, either because you have a great mother, either because you have a great father, either because you have people who care about you. And you have to understand, maybe you have a Ferrari, maybe you have a house. I promise you, there's always someone out there who has something worse than you in life in terms of wisdom. You understand? So you have to realize that wisdom is a good thing. But imagine that baby that's born today. I promise you, you have so much more than this baby. But this baby also has what you have. You understand? So you have more experience than this baby, of course. But that baby's experienced everything there is already. And you have to understand, of course, we always need more wisdom and everything like that. But you have to realize there's always someone out there who's in a worse position, is what I'm saying. So always understand to be grateful for the position you are in right now, because that position is going to get you further in life. You understand? Wherever you are right now, I meet you in the knowledge. You understand? Come and get my videos. Come and get my wisdom. It's for free. It's on the internet. Come and invest in my books. Come and invest in the person I am. I'll try to give you everything, and I'm always giving everything of myself. And you have to realize I'm always trying to do more. You understand? I'm always trying to help the world. You understand? I'm a good person to be around. And you have to realize, hey, I'm 30 years of age. I'm just 30 years of age and I can speak like this. I mean, that's such an achievement in my life to be able to do this, because at 18, I was nowhere close to this individual. At 25, I was nowhere close to the person I am today. You understand? And I've grown as an individual, and I'm able to public speak in front of people, and I'm able to do whatever I want to do in life now, because I can speak words, because I can make a difference, because I can give ideas now. I can pick up a skill and give it to you straight away. And before I was not able to do this. So before you could tell me 5 times something and I will not understand it. You understand? And something like that, of that kind of nature. You understand? But you have to realize every single day you have to understand, I was someone who wasn't smart. You understand? I wasn't smart like I am today. I was smart, but I wasn't. And today I'm smart, and I'm also not smart too. But I'm smarter than before. And you have to understand that's the difference. You understand? So you have to realize that you have to learn and grow. Yes, and you have to understand every single day, learn as much as you can and learn how to actually do much better for yourself. Anyway, guys, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this audio program. I hope that I've taught you something. I hope I've given you some ideas. You understand? Something that is fulfilling, something that's joy in your life right now, something that you've picked up from this audio program that you can teach to other people now, and something that you can use in your life in terms of this mindset. In terms of this mindset that I've taught you in this audio program. I promise you, when you look at audio programs or any kind of program in the planet, look at the mindset they're trying to teach you. You understand? Look at how they're speaking the words, and that's how they're making a difference in life.